A black man in America, 1/3 of them are going to end up in jail or prison at some point in their life.
Keep it 100, I be feeling like Campbell soup over white rice, baked chicken with the skin on, yeah. Lowry's with black pepper, I'm fully seasoned with laughter.
What's good, 100%ers? It's your boy Dre. Welcome to my channel. Keep it 100, Dre. So, in the Bronx, they're investing in police dogs to police poor black and brown communities, of course, rather than actually investing in the poor black and brown communities. So, in the Bronx, they're deploying police dogs. That's what they're doing. So it's very clear the link between poverty and crime. This has been studied for many decades now. It's not even a debate anymore. It's settled science. The more poverty a group of people experience, the more crime that group of people are going to commit. So to me, it's very clear that they want to keep poor black and brown people in poverty so they could commit more crime and feed the prison industrial complex. So you're going to tell me, instead of investing money in police dogs, they can't invest money into the Bronx, which is the poorest of the 5 boroughs in New York City. You can't invest money into those communities, especially the poorer communities. You can't do that. So I'll give you an example, right? The lead levels in a public school in the Bronx is 16 times higher than that of Flint. That's not very widely reported, but it's the truth. I'm going to leave the article in the link below. The lead levels there are 16 times higher than that of Flint. And there's more, right? So 2 of the schools, well really 7, but 2 exceeded the EPA's level of 15 parts per billion of lead in the water. The EPA action level, meaning that action needs to be taken when there's 15 parts per billion in the water. 2 schools exceeded that. And then 5 more schools exceeded 100 parts per billion of lead in the water, which is significantly higher than the 15 when action is required. And one of those schools, the lead level was 442 parts per billion. Compared to Flint, 90% of the homes had a lead level of 27 parts per billion. So that's significantly higher than that of Flint. And then several places and schools in the Bronx, their lead levels are higher than that of Flint. And that's just the ones tested. So I'm sure there's many homes that experience much higher lead levels, because the water don't just go to the schools. They go to the people who live in homes, the people that live in the projects, many projects around the schools, many projects in the Bronx. They drink those same water. They drink that same exact water. That's much higher than lead levels in Flint. And it's also very clear, there's many studies on this, the effects of lead and the damage it does to the brain, and lead consumption and violence. So this is done on purpose. It's very clear. Because action has not been taken on the lead levels, the extremely elevated lead levels of where it was found in the Bronx. But they're putting police dogs, they're investing in police dogs in those communities. So it's very clear what their intentions are. And this is happening in supposedly liberal New York, where it's not supposed to be racist. So AOC also commented on this. I want you to take a look at this. And it pretty much mirrors what I said. They don't care about investing in poor black and brown communities. They care about policing them. That's all that matters. Feed the prison industrial complex. Put more black, brown, poor people in the jail so they can make low cost to free clothing for corporations. For 5 cents, they can sell for $600. It's slavery. It's the 13th Amendment. If you get put into jail or prison, you're allowed to be a slave. And that's not a joke. Look up the 13th Amendment. They're not going to invest in those poor communities because they want poor black and brown people to be slaves, just like in the past. A black man in America, 1/3 of them are going to end up in jail or prison at some point in their life. And the vast majority of the time, when people end up in jail, it's for a nonviolent drug offense. More people are arrested for smoking or using marijuana than all violent crimes combined. Not even selling. 4 times as many people are locked up for using marijuana than all violent crimes combined. And black people are put in jail and prison at a much higher rate. I believe it's also 4 times as much as whites, who use drugs at equal and sometimes higher rate than black people. But black people are locked up at much higher rates. It's done on purpose. And Richard Nixon's advisor admitted that the drug war was used to target black and brown people so they couldn't vote for the Democrats. He said the drug war was used for black people and hippie white people that was voting for the Democrats because they're their enemies. So it's not something that's in question. It's not something that's debatable. It's a racist thing. And this is too, because they're going to continue to police the poor black and brown communities rather than investing in them so they can continue to be slaves. So I said this before in another video, things didn't really change. The lives of black and brown people did not get better. Slavery still occurs. It just evolved. So that's all I gotta say for today. If you like the content, like and subscribe to the channel and turn the notification bell so you see my videos, because YouTube will not show you if you do not turn the notification bell. So I really appreciate you watching the video, but I'm gonna leave you with one more thing before the video is over, and that's the word of the day. The word of the day for today is conditioned. Conditioned is spelled C-O-N-D-I-T-I-O-N-E-D. The definition of conditioned is have a significant influence on or determine the manner or outcome of something. So now I will attempt to use conditioned in a sentence. It is very clear by the way black and brown people are treated in this country that they are being conditioned for prison or a life of crime and violence so they can be put in prison to become slaves. Hopefully I used that sentence correctly. So again, if you like the content, like and subscribe to the channel and use conditioned in the comment section below so I know that you watched the video to the end. So again, thanks for watching the video. 100%. Peace.
Well, I've been stacking up. Nah, really that ain't accurate, cause I just spent my whole damn advance in the past couple months just to compensate for times we ain't have enough. Ooh.